Hi, Sulfur. Hope everyone is okay. Sending lots of love through the YouTubeverse to each and every of you. It's been an exciting day. So I've just had what can only be described as a braingasm. Now, no, I know what you're thinking. It's not rude. Just suddenly had this idea. It's like poof. And it really actually stemmed from I was watching Bloomberg, and they know that I love them. And they have on there, obviously it's talking about, the stock markets and, global stock markets, global companies, startups, all of that kind of stuff. And basically, obviously the other day I was saying about space race. And now there's loads of other, there's loads of startups and stuff. And not only that, there's a company that has, it's called, hold on, Relativity, right? So we know about the main ones. We know about Bezos, Blue, whatever it is, Origin or something. You've got SpaceX. You've got Virgin's one. There's also this one, and obviously you've got NASA and the different space one. But yes, sir, this Relativity can build a space rocket in days using 3D printing, 3D metal printing. It can do it in days. What? And the reason why this is important is there's so many reasons why this is important. One, everyone needs to get in this space race. And if you think about it, it used to take years to build space rockets. They can build a fucking rocket in days. Look at where the technology is. Look at where we are in terms of innovation. And it's only going like that. So the knock-on effects actually of that, it's not just amazing for that guy, and what is his name? Tim Elliott, who's the co-founder, CEO of Relativity. High five. It's not just that it's amazing for that, and it's not, but it's exciting. And more importantly, when you're little, when kids are little, when we were little, and you're, in being an astronaut was one of those things. Everyone was like, "Oh, you dress up as an astronaut," but you kind of knew that those days it was really only a select few who would ever get to go to space. This is not only is it inspiring for other countries, companies, engineers, mechanics, just robotics, manufacturing, electronics, right? But more importantly, this is going to inspire a whole new generation. Because the more people that get involved in this space race, the more people that want to go boldly, into the unknown, the more people that get involved in that, the more people that come up with technology for it, the more people that come up with the rovers like GM Motors are just doing with, I said it the other day, I can't remember off the top of my head. And they're doing some kind of moon buggy. The more companies that get involved in that and create products for it, and if the technology is only going that, do you know what? The quicker we'll get there, the quicker not only will we get there, the quicker that we will find out more, the quicker that they will have, whatever people want to think about, having colonies on Mars or whatever, but even if it's for a scientific basis, the more people are going to be needed. So not only it's exciting, it's an adventure, it's going into the unknown, it's inspiring generations of children that they can and could and realistically could be an astronaut at some point if they wanted to, or they could be part of that chain. They could be somebody in part of the manufacturing, part of the designing, part of the growing, the searching, the investigating, the science of it, the wonder of it. We can inspire a whole generation of children all over the world that is a possibility for them. And how, what do they need to know? I'm just thinking about software or techies, everything that's involved in it. Create jobs, money, health, wealth, abundance here to get there. And the quicker we go, the further we'll go. It used to take years, and now it takes days to print a rocket. And as I said, it's only getting faster, stronger, bigger. And the more people that you have on it, the quicker it will go. And the further we will go. Think about that. So yeah, when they dress up as astronauts, when you're little and you talk about space and you dress up as an astronaut, we could be like, yeah, you could actually be one. This is what you need to do get there. This is what you need to learn. These are the people you need to listen to, watch. These are the topics. These are these are the places. All of that. I just think it's great. And then that got me thinking about, I watched this guy's channel. His name's Alex Becker. And he's a CEO of his own company. But he was talking about books that he'd read and things like that. And one of the things that he mentioned was the men that built America. So the men that built America okay, there's 5. There is hold on. JP Morgan, Rockefeller, Vanderbilt. Hold on. Right, who were the men? Here we go. Vanderbilt, Rockefeller, Carnegie, Morgan, and Ford, right? And the reason this is important, so they're the ones that they saw an opportunity and they seized on it. And they used the best technology of the time to build the infrastructure of America and build with it their empires, right? And when you think about what's going on right now and how the West is just monopolized, them and others, the West has just monopolized and abused everyone else everywhere to get to where they are, and made everyone suffer along with it, along the way. But you know what that has created right now is because now they're sluggish. They are using legacy systems, legacy beliefs, legacy infrastructure, legacy ways of doing things, and all of that is slowing them down. So now they're struggling to catch up with where technology is, and they don't. The bigger companies like the polluters and that, they don't want to change, right? But every other country that doesn't have any or only a small amount of infrastructure, yeah, that is like a clean slate to work from. And look at where the technology is now. Look at where it is now. All of these countries, every country that is basically not in the sort of G20, think about them, how, and it was a different time, but there was nothing and they built it because it was needed, and the prosperity not only that it would bring to them and their families, but ultimately the entire country, to get from there to where we are now. But all of these other countries now, think about it, they're at that same space and they've suffered at the hands of the West all this time. But they are essentially at that point where completely new empires can be built, completely new legacies can be built, completely new generational wealth can be built, and all on today's technology, using the fastest, the best, the greenest, the most, the best for everyone everywhere. And it can be done from within, giving everyone the jobs to build the infrastructure and creating that system from within. All it takes, 5 men built America. Started with 5. So So if you are in these countries that need water systems, sanitation systems, you can have roads using all recycled materials and roads that generate their own electricity, or the electricity for the electric cars. You could, like Acon City, yeah? Each of those countries just need only five. That's how they did it. They did it with five. They started with five. And then the prosperity that followed for every single person along that way. So if you're in the West, you're essentially a small fish. Yeah? A small fish in a big pond surrounded by some sharks. But you could it's it'd be they'd see it as a risk, but it isn't, because you've got history there to prove. New empires could be born all over the world from within their own country, from using the people that have the money, rather than investing it outside somewhere else, rather than investing it in these big boys anymore. Invest it in the startups, build the infrastructure, and every country could be a country of dreams. Literally. Because think about it, once everywhere's got water, and the reason they still haven't, many countries that struggle with water and food is because of us, not us personally, but because of the West keeping it that way, because there's no way that should be. So think of what could be achieved. Think of what could be achieved when everyone has water, everyone has sanitation, everyone has the ability to grow their own food, but using like the newest technology, so like vertical farming, which uses 90% less water anyway. So you can greater yield over a smaller space using less water. And when everyone's got food and water as healthy, then everyone is gonna be on top form. Imagine that. Everyone is healthy, and then you've got a whole heap of people be coming up with, inspiring each other, coming up with new ways of doing things, better ways. It's only going like that. And you could, as I say, don't be a little fish in a big pond in the West. Go invest your money in your ancestral, wherever your ancestors are from, in your home. Rebuild empires. It could be a world of dreams. And that's the truth. Because if we stop just investing in the West, being in the West, investing in the West, and take that money out of these people that have just been abusing everybody everywhere, and reinvest it in these countries. Be like, think of the startups, penny stocks. You Imagine if they were all working and if everyone was working and earning, and the amount of more money that there would be then to be to investors again, to reinvest and reinvest and reinvest. There's only positives. There's only positives. Literally. So I want to know who's going to be, because there's a whole heap of billionaires who should be paying the taxes, FYI, because they've been getting away with it for too long. Oh, and just side note, don't you just really just gets my tits the way that they don't pay a fucking penny in taxes, proven fact, there's report on it, or very, very little, because they just get away with it however which way, going through every fucking loophole there is. But then what they do, sneaky little fuckers, is they then want us to believe they're these big philanthropists. It's like, hold up, mate. If you paid your fucking taxes in the first fucking place, that money from those taxes would go back into the system to support all these situations, and those situations would not arise for you to have to donate money to through your philanthropy, which is less than you should be paying in taxes anyway. But you want everyone to like laud you up, like, oh, you're so amazing for your philanthropy. It's like, shut up. Other people pay their taxes and donate. You know what I'm saying? So they don't pay their taxes, they shit on everyone, they look down on everyone, they poison the planet, they kill people, and then they want you to look up to them like, you're so amazing for donating money. Pay your fucking taxes. Pay your taxes. Pay your taxes like everyone else. Shut the loopholes. Either everyone pays or no one pays. Everyone uses those loopholes or no one uses the loopholes. Or just, hey, here's the thing. Why write laws with fucking loopholes in? Take the loopholes out. Anyway, slight rant. But you get where I'm going with that. So here's the thing. If you've got fucking big ideas, get a startup going. Get a startup going. Use the best technology. Think of all of these countries that need, going back to basics, water. It's ridiculous that we're in 2021 and not everyone has water. It is, isn't it? When you think about the comparison of, America or UK or anywhere in the West, and then how can that be? How can it? So if you could be the one, or part of the team of people, the organizations that do it, to put in the water system. Once the water system's in, then you can put in the agricultural systems. Once that's in, you can have the and sanitation systems and the infrastructure, the basic infrastructure of building, but building with today's technology, the best, the fastest, the greenest. The cities that could be born from that will far surpass anything in the West. Why? Because they are slow. All they do is argue. It takes too long to get a decision. It takes too long if they bother doing anything. They're just ignoring these problems. These problems that are polluting the planet, polluting people's minds. They're just ignoring them. But all of these other countries who have suffered the most throughout time, they're like clean slates, fresh slates for new to be born. the best of the best to be born. They can have the best of everything. And once everyone has food and water and health and access to infrastructure, be like the five. Be like the five. Anyone, if you've got answer, if you're within that country and you're a rich person, then use up money. Be like them. You be a history maker. Literally. You could be a Vanderbilt, you could be a Morgan, you can be a Carnegie, you can be a Ford, you can be anything you want to be. Or group of people. People in the West. Stop wasting your time on it. We're putting the money back into these things that are just these systems. But no. Build new. Think of that. I say like ACOM. If you had a few more people like that doing that in each any of these countries, you would literally change history. Turn it around. And it's not hard, and it's easier to do it from when you're working from scratch because you haven't got old legacy like infrastructure to try and update. You know, like in the West, for example, you know, like the sanitary, there's, you know, I did that thing about the water systems. Yeah, so yes, they have water systems, but they're old, made of lead, and they're poisoning everybody. You can have the best technology, the cleanest water, the cleanest energy to support the new infrastructure that's being built, the new giving access to the internet for everyone. Once everyone's got access to the internet, can you imagine that? Water, sanitation, access to the internet. Watch people go. And anyone that's got any drive to truly make change history, change the future, do something completely new, that's where to do it. You'll be building something amazing, and everyone could be part of it. Think of the jobs that would be created from it, the money for everybody there, the future that would be created. That is exciting. You can see it. So you don't need to be a small fish in a big pond. You can just move ponds, and then you're a big fish. And not only that, you're inspiring others. Inspiration, innovation, imagination. So, as I was saying, the space race, whatever anyone thinks about it, still, the more people that get involved in it, the more jobs that will be created here, the more opportunity there will be to go into space, the more astronauts that will be needed, the more manufacturing plants that will be needed, the more jobs will be created, the more, you know, who knows where it could go. If we have gone from taking years to build a space rocket to days, and the technology is only it's going at the rate of knots. that will inspire an entire generation. So I wish we made things because of need rather than profit. Yeah, I know it's not about the money. It's about everyone having the jobs and the money to be able to survive. Because ultimately, money is. It should not be the end goal. That shouldn't be why you're doing something. It should be for the purpose and the meaning of it and the love of it and the passion of it. But you need money to survive, don't you? It makes the world go round. It does. But it shouldn't be like nothing. It's a very hollow goal to just do something for the money, because it's not satisfying in any way unless you're just a really shallow person. But it should be the love of whatever you're doing that brings the money. The money is like an added bonus to the vision and the vision of whatever it is that makes you passionate. Connecting people, bringing clean water. Just the process of that will create jobs, and for those people it'll create money, and for those people that then have money, they'll be able to feed their families and so on, and lead a better quality of life. That's what the money is, the added bonus, but the vision and the purpose of whatever it is you're doing, because that should be the goal, and the money is just a bonus to it all. So I'm excited, and there's so much going on. That's the thing. There's so much going on, and because I'm watching the Boombag TV, which is all finance and stocks and CEOs and stuff, and it's talking about all of the new innovations, all of the new startups, and all of those things that are creating more opportunities for people all over the world, better technology, better greener technology, things that solve problems that were going on around the world. So it is happening. They just don't put it on mainstream media, but it is happening. So and I've got a link to this charity. Yeah, I'll put it in. I can't remember the titles. I think it's like Loans of Hope or something like that. And it's just where anybody anywhere, I don't know how, if you've got like a spare bit of money, you can on this charity website, people from all over the world, all countries, put on their business ideas and how much they need to start that business, whether it's like, say, somebody in a small village in a country in Botswana, in Botswana, let's say, and they want to start up a hairdressing salon, and they need a loan of 500 quid, let's say that, to start their business. And you through this organization, you donate that's a loan to that person to start their business, and then they pay it back to you through this organ. So obviously they pay them, and then they pay you back. but then you've personally given someone a loan to start their dream wherever they are in the world. And there's obviously all different options in different countries, and you can get to see, and they'll obviously give you updates on how their business is doing. So I'll put that in. But I hope everyone is okay. There's lots of exciting things going on. As much as they are trying to scare people, there is change going on. There is change, and it's amazing. But obviously, as I say, mainstream media just want you to focus on one thing and one thing only, and I think that's awful. But we're nearly there. Tomorrow's another day, and I hope you all have a lovely evening, afternoon, morning, wherever it is you are. And love you. And I'll speak to you tomorrow.